Hi guys, I'm Ashlee Janelle, and this is the Stories of Young podcast. Hey guys, welcome to the Stories of Young podcast. We are filming in the Melkweg and they have a recording session, I guess. So it's probably possible that you can hear a few sounds in the background, but that's just for you guys to know. Today I'm here with a Dutch Surinamese actress. She is internationally known in Amsterdam and LA. I enjoy talking to her. I'm talking about Yootha.
Hey.
How are you, Yootha?
A little.
You were sick because yesterday when I spoke to you, you sounded so sick.
I was so dramatic. I was like,
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel much better. I got my hair done.
Looking good. Looking good.
I was like, I have to get ready for your podcast.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for
I'm
coming.
so excited for you.
Thank you so much. Because you came back from LA 2 days ago, bringing that international vibe into Amsterdam.
I mean, yeah, I still have a jet lag, so that's why I'm still wearing my glasses.
That's okay. We love your style.
No. Okay, so we actually just talked about that. It's kind of weird because, as Dutchies, we don't do stuff like that.
No.
And actually, the only reason I feel comfortable with these is because they're not really like dark.
Yeah.
And I think
I can still see your eyes and your eyeliner.
What eyeliner? This
That
eyeliner. Let me stop. Okay.
No, but it's true because when you're like in the Netherlands, everything we have this quote, right, saying "Doe maar normaal" of dan ben je al normaal.
Yeah.
Doe maar gewoon, dan ben je.
Wat?
Weet iemand dit?
Doe eens gek.
Doe niet, weet niet, zoiets. But anyways, dus say. Doe maar normaal, dan ben je al gek genoeg.
So act normal, then you're crazy enough.
Yes.
Like,
So
acting normal is crazy enough.
Exactly.
That's like very Dutch. Like don't stand out too much.
Exactly.
But this is not even about standing out. I just feel very tired. Okay, I'm lying. I think they're cute.
It was a fashion statement, but that's okay. But that's funny because you're a Dutch actress. You're also known as the actress from the Dutch movie Hoe Duur is de Suiker? Translated, How Expensive is the Sugar?
Yeah, the official translation would be, I mean, you had it right, but we do have an American or an English version called The Price of Sugar.
Oh, The Price of Sugar.
Yeah.
Okay. So how is it actually for you to travel or to actually work in between Amsterdam or the Netherlands and LA as a Dutch actress?
It's interesting. It's something that I'm still exploring. I haven't started doing it till 2 years ago, I think. So it's something that I'm growing into. 2 years ago, I didn't even know that I was gonna travel that much to LA. It was my first time in LA. It was 2017, and my agent just said, just go check it out. We think you should go to LA. I was like, oh, I don't know.
Because how long were you acting here before you went to LA?
So The Price of Sugar was my first.
That was your first.
It was my first lead role, and actually also like my first official project, I would say. Prior to that, I had been acting, but like little things and nothing like really big or major. So 2013 is when The Price of Sugar came out, and after a couple years, because 2013, 2017, so 4 years later, I decided to like actually just go to LA for a week and see what it was like.
And this was something you discussed with your agent to like just do it.
Yeah, well, actually, she was the one initiating it because it was never one of my goals that I was like, okay, I have to go to Hollywood. Yeah, I want to be famous. I want to be a famous actress. It wasn't something that was that I had on my radar at all, which is interesting. My gosh, this is so funny because they don't know it. They're all screaming because this new artist
there's a
is
show
here.
going on in the
And
Melkweg.
they don't even know that I'm here.
They're screaming for you. So how is the auditions? What's the difference between audition in the Netherlands and in America, in LA? What's the difference?
Wow.
Especially because you said that Hoe Duur Is de Suiker was your biggest, and then your next step is immediately going to LA, which is bigger. Like, was the pressure also like high for you to go there and audition?
I've been thinking about this a lot because I think a lot of people think it's everything is going easy from there on. You're in LA. So the first week I got there, my manager booked some general meetings with casting directors, which was amazing. I didn't get it at first because you basically just meet casting directors and they're like, okay, so how many siblings do you have?
Yeah.
What's your zodiac sign? I was like, so you don't want to know anything about my acting?
Yeah.
So it's basic. That was more. The focus was so much more on personality than it was on acting.
And in the Netherlands, it's really about work.
No one does general meetings. You just go to a casting. That's it. You don't go and have coffee with a casting director.
Yeah.
That's very American,
Yeah.
But, in America, I think it's so much more about who you are and what you bring to the table as a person, besides the fact if you're a good actress or not. But also, I think one of the biggest differences is that people really want to be famous in LA. That's one of the biggest motivations for a lot of people. People feel like acting is a very legit way out,
Was that for you too?
I mean, for me, it wasn't. I think for anyone in the Netherlands that chooses to do something creative, it's never a way out.
Yeah, because everything is big.
It's a struggle. Why would you in the Netherlands? Why would you decide to be an actor?
Yeah,
it's not for the money.
Because exactly. There's to be an actress. There's no roadmap. There's no insurance of becoming a big actress. I know that I wanted to be an actress or work in fashion. And I chose for fashion because when I went to the acting school... Wait, I need to take a sip.
If there's snot dripping down my nose because someone just cut.
When I went to the acting school, I remember that during the opening, they said only 25 students will get in. And I was like...
I didn't even know that you did that.
Yes. I did an audition. I just went to the open day.
Admission,
and then I heard...
So 25 people?
That's not going to be me. I didn't believe that much in myself to become an actress. So I just knew that, just forget it. I'll just go into fashion and then I'll see where it will end. But did you know, did you really want it to be an actress or did you have other ambitions?
That's okay. I think I'm not sure if I completely answered the question before this one, but it kind of I think it's almost the same answer because there's always levels to this shit. Because I never I never thought in a million years that I would be an actress.
Wow.
I never thought. I still don't really believe that I'm an actress.
You don't see yourself as
it's
an actress.
it's a little imposter syndrome going on.
Yeah.
Where I'm okay, so everyone just believes that this is what I'm doing. Well, okay, I guess.
Okay, if they believe it,
and it's fun.
Yeah, and you're good at it as well.
So, and that's I don't even know that. That's that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
But the fact that I have to really think about it and be okay, so that's what I'm doing right now. When I was younger, I just did things that I loved.
Yeah.
And I think my parents played a huge part in that.
Yeah.
Because they never forced me or my brother to become something.
That's good.
So
there's
a difference in becoming something or just being something.
Yeah.
And they always really gave us the space and the freedom to explore what it is we actually love doing.
That's very important.
And besides that, they also set a great example of showing us what it means to do what you love. My dad is a musician. My mom, I remember. Sorry, my mom
you can
was
take a sip of water, girl.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's gonna help though. It's a little tough in there. But my mom, I remember I was 4 years old and we said goodbye to our mom. at the front door, and there was a black van, stopping right in
Oh,
front of her
because she was going to a
doorstep.
show, or
She was going on tour in Scandinavia, and I remember that. I was 4. I was like, that's dope. Like, my mom is going on an adventure. Like, that's what it felt like,
that is so funny. Not to cut you off, because my mom traveled a lot too, and at a very young age, I always remember my mom going and then coming back with a lot of stuff. Yes.
Oh my gosh,
I couldn't wait for my mom to come home. So I can really imagine that feeling. And my mom lives in New York now, but I can remember, I know that feeling of just, seeing your mom go, not knowing what she's going to do, but I'm just like, wow, because she was traveling, so she's going to explore the world.
She's going to explore.
Yeah.
And she's not stuck in,
Yep.
I mean, it doesn't mean that, being an at-home mom isn't good.
But if you're able to, then
it just made me so much more familiar with the idea of just like, traveling.
Yep.
And not being stuck to one identity,
And I think because our parents both traveled a lot, that also influenced them in the way they raised us. Like you said, they just made you were free, you were able to do whatever you wanted to do, and that's very good.
Exactly.
Yeah. Nice. So you as an actress, you audition a lot, you said. Nowadays everybody can become an actress. If you look at the social media, you have a lot of platforms now, like at Netflix.
Can everyone be an actress?
Well, not everyone, but I would say that it's easier now. So it's easier now to become an actress. So because back in the days, we would only have like chances to become like in a movie that would get played in a cinema. But nowadays we have Netflix, we have owned by our auntie Oprah, like channels that gives us the possibility to like that create a platform for us.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
definitely.
how do you feel about that? Especially like you said, like your first big movie was in a cinema. I watched it. I loved it. And then now they're like different platforms, like I said, for like where we can act and where we can show our work. And how do you think that that changes like auditions, but also your way of working?
So I think, first of all, diversity and inclusivity is so important, because nowadays, I mean, when I was growing up, again, you only had TV and cinema. So how many black girls did I see? Did I watch being an actress on screen? That was very limited. So I think, with Netflix and all the on-demand services and OWN and all the the diverse platforms that have been that we've been blessed with in the past couple of years. That's amazing to start with. Yeah, because that already inspires people to like
100%
to do it.
Yeah, maybe if that was like there back in the days, I would have applied to become an actress. I don't know.
Definitely. Yeah, I think that that could change how someone feels about like maybe wanting to start an acting career. And you asked me what it changed for me auditioning with all those different platforms. I mean, honestly, I never thought that I was skeptical when I went to the States, because I didn't feel like I was special enough.
Okay.
There's
Is it because it's so big there?
It's huge. Yeah. It's huge. Like here, honestly, like I'm one of a couple black actresses in my age group. Yeah.
In the Netherlands.
Yeah. So when they said, you should go to the States, I was like, there's so many black girls that want to
But you're not just a black girl. You're and that's the difference as well, because I feel like here in the Netherlands, like, okay, we have Ghanaians, we have Surinamese people, we have like all these different cultures and backgrounds living together. It's like really, it's all a mix. And in America, a lot of people don't really know where they come from. Ooh. I know.
Are you going there, Ash?
I know.
Ash,
but
are you sure about this?
I'm sure. Okay. No, but it's true. Like, I'm happy to see that Americans are now trying to figure out where they're coming from, but it wasn't like that back in the days.
No, it
They were
wasn't.
African Americans. So you going to America and saying, "Well, I'm Surinamese," is that not like a way to like? Is that not different?
It's different, but I had to figure that out. 'Cause
Okay,
I
so that's not,
remember-
you didn't go there like, I'm Dutch, I'm different.
No, I was like, okay, so black is black, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Which sounds very naive, but
Yeah.
initially when I came there, I was like, okay, cool. I'm just black, just like all the other girls. Until I remember there's this one specific moment, and it was for the Love Is audition.
Okay, ooh, my favorite. We're gonna talk about that in a bit.
Ooh. So I'm sitting at Kim Coleman's office, right? It's my fourth meeting. I'm leaving.
And who is Kim?
Kim Coleman is one of the biggest black casting directors
Okay.
in the States. She's worked with Spike Lee and
Cool.
obviously with Akil, and she's done a lot of amazing projects. So this is my first. No, it was a general meeting
Yeah.
first. So I have to skip through that, otherwise, we're gonna be here till tomorrow morning. But okay, so we had the general meeting first,
Yeah.
which was a very, very interesting, amazing, inspiring meeting, where it was basically like, yo, she was like, okay, so why are you here? And I was like, because I'm black and I like acting, and I heard that we're kind of hot right now in the States,
I
so I
thought-
was like,
yeah.
that's why we're just like, okay, well, I can, you're keeping it a buck, and I appreciate that. So, she started laughing, and that's when, the tension was gone, and we started chatting, and she kept telling me about this situation. She had a script, and she might have something for me, and it's like, okay, interesting, blah, blah. And she's like, yeah, I'll let you know. It's like, yeah, you let me know. She's like, I'll let you know. I was like, girl, you better let me know. So at some point, her someone texted her, or her phone rang. I can't remember. I think it was a text, and she's like, excuse me, and she reads the text. She's like, okay. It's like, Denise. I don't know what her sister's name is, but Denise. Spike wants the big bald fat guy.
Spike Lee.
So I'm sitting there trying to act like I didn't hear that. She's like right here, like. Excuse me, so was that Spike, or like your mechanic Spike? She's like, no, that was Spike. Wow. It's like, oh, wow, okay, listen, I don't even know if we're going to work together or not, but I just want you to know that I really appreciate all the work you guys have been doing over the past years. I want you to know that even overseas, like in the Netherlands, in Europe, we watch that.
Yeah.
And you're inspiring us.
Yep.
It affects us,
Yep.
it's
Yep.
amazing. So just kudos to you. And she's like, oh, thank you. Anyway, long story short, long story long. The next day, or actually an hour later after I leave the meeting, my manager texts me. He's like, okay, so I don't know what you did, but she wants to see you tomorrow morning for an audition. Wow. So, okay, next day, I'm like, okay, I can't breathe. This is my first audition in America. I don't know what to expect. And there's a line of chairs in the hallway, and it's a couple black girls, right? And for the first time ever, I'm seeing my competition. I didn't mean to say competition like they're not
I'm
competition,
listening.
but it's not really competition, because I really believe that if something's for you, you'll get it.
It's for you, yeah.
So it's not really like competition. Is like, what does it even mean?
Yeah.
But I'm looking at those girls. I'm like, they look different. I mean, they're all black, but they're different. And I kind of got nervous, because I could hear.
What's different about them?
Because I could hear the other girl. One of the girls was inside already auditioning.
Yeah.
She was in the middle of her audition, and I could hear her talk, and the whole way the way she spoke was so different. Her accent was different.
Was it like American to
African
you?
American.
Oh, African American.
African American.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, girl. I mean, I can do that,
So
but
you
it's
gotta
like,
stay true
it
to-
wouldn't feel authentic.
Yes.
So I
Yeah.
was like, shit. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Like, that's not how I talk. So I just, put my AirPods back in. I think I still had a headset, but anyway, I put my earphones in, and I was like, just focus on your audition. Just focus. and I went back in, and it was interesting because I actually like I got the part.
You got the part.
I got the part, but for them it was interesting because they were like, okay, so you're black, but your last name is Wong-Loi-Sing. Is that Chinese?
Yeah.
So the next discussion was like, so are you black enough to be on OWN?
Wow.
And I was like, but do I look black enough? Like I was sitting there with my fro.
Yeah.
My skin is black, but they were so confused
But there's
because
still
I'm
a
from the Netherlands.
Yeah.
So they were not sure if I could if the ideals that came with the show, like the whole vision, the blackness of the show, if I could embrace that and if I could embody that.
And that's what's so complicated sometimes about being black, because you are in the Netherlands. No, not the Netherlands. You are Surinamese. So in the Netherlands, people see us all as black, I guess, or they see a difference. But then you also, because I saw something on your Instagram about the African dialogue.
Diaspora.
Diaspora.
Dialogues,
Yeah, diaspora. Sorry, say it again.
Diaspora dialogue.
Diaspora dialogue, and that's about the African diaspora,
Yeah.
right?
Amazing event hosted by Koshi Mills.
Yeah.
And she's just basically, her whole vision is to like build the bridges, around the world.
Yeah,
The
because
diaspora is so like, we're spread out all
Yeah.
over the world.
Yeah.
But the fact that, African Americans are, if I show them that we're here and they're like, oh my gosh, there's so many black people in the Netherlands.
Because
What?
I have family members in America. Like I said before, my mom lives in New York. When I was younger, my sisters and I, every summer we would go to Washington D.C. for 6 weeks, the whole like summer vacation.
Oh my gosh, how did you like DC?
I loved it.
I think it's amazing.
I loved it, but that's really for me like a second place where I grew up. And my auntie was like a hairdresser, so we would go with her to the mall and we just like chill. So I loved DC, and I haven't been for so long because she lives in Ghana now. But I love it. But what I want to say is that I think it's. Oh, I actually lost where we were going.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
The diaspora.
yeah.
Oh yeah. So it's so big, but then again, I think it's important for us to see each other as one.
Ooh, okay, so
I think.
yeah.
What do you think?
I
think so.
too. I think so too. But this has been something that has been on my mind. Like,
Yeah.
So because I wasn't aware of that, I thought it was gonna be easy peasy. Like, I'm gonna go to America. I'm gonna be, I'm just gonna blend in.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
I'm black.
Yeah.
But I had to there were different moments where I was confronted with the fact that I'm actually very different. The way I dress, the way I talk, our sense of humor.
Yeah.
Because I was born and raised in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
I'm Surinamese.
Yep.
So it's so, I mean, honestly, I feel like there's, being black comes in all kinds of,
True.
shapes and shades.
Yep.
And we definitely should get more acquainted with all the different varieties that exist in the world, in the diaspora. And I don't think everyone is equally aware of what, all our cousins and, that, in Africa, on the continent, that's also
very, because I do love the differences. I think we should definitely embrace that and keep that, because that makes you and me. But then it also becomes stronger when it comes together, I think, because all those different perspectives of being black comes together, not that you have like one specific
exactly. There's it's not
idea
one dimensional. So
exactly.
In my head, I just feel like, and that's my, it's not my theory, but I just, I just feel like my vision when it comes to blackness, it should be a 360 experience. There's no, you're only black when you were born and raised in America, or you're only black when you're, when you were born on the continent.
We should stop giving each other like rules and
it's
labels.
A 360 experience.
But then in the series Love Is, did you play the Surinamese or Jamaican?
Oh yeah. Oh, so
Was
we
this-
didn't finish because what happened? They kind of, the way they wrote the character, she was from the Bay. She was from the Bay Area.
Okay.
So
They changed the script for you.
I had to change it because like 2 years ago, my accent was. I thought it was pretty okay.
Yeah.
But if I listen back to it, it's like, oh shit,
Yeah.
actually pretty bad. I mean, it wasn't bad, but you could actually hear that I wasn't, obviously wasn't from the Bay.
Yeah.
So they had to like change the character, and she was from Suriname, which
Yeah.
was amazing.
Because I remember I was watching it, and it was actually one of my favorite series together with my boyfriend. Like we would watch it together, and I'm like, "That's Yootha, I know her." And there was a part where you spoke Surinamese as well,
Oh,
right?
man.
And that meant like everybody in the Netherlands was like posting that on Instagram. Like
Man.
that was
Like it's
That is
it's
big.
interesting because they went from, and I'm so grateful for Mara, Akil, and the writers that they first
For
of all that
allowing
they
you to.
first of all that they put me in the show,
Yeah.
and that they broadened the perspective
Yeah.
that we have on
Yeah.
on Black people,
Yeah.
by putting this
Ad-
character in the
exactly,
show,
yeah.
which is an amazing, beautiful, complex, layered personality, and she's not even African American. I mean, she's not African American. So now you're letting your whole audience.
It's a start.
getting to
It's
know
yeah.
a whole different
Yeah.
type of Black person.
Yeah.
A lot of people thought she was she's Caribbean. Okay, but still, the fact that she's in there was
Yeah.
amazing, and then it took it another step further by creating a scene where she's actually on the phone with her
Yeah,
mom.
that's exactly, yeah.
And she speaks Surinamese,
Yeah.
a language that, I mean, Suriname has probably like 900,000, like around 1 million inhabitants. So the population is quite small.
Yeah.
So can you imagine how Suriname felt and how I felt that I could like speak my language
Yeah. It's amazing.
on an American show?
And
That's
how did Americans react to that? Did you receive positive reactions?
Yeah, I wasn't sure at first how they would how they would respond, but I feel like everyone was just like so interested. Like what is that for a
Yeah.
language?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's so crazy.
They talk
actually.
about roti. What's
yeah,
roti?
Yeah.
You
But
know?
every time when like my friends come to the Netherlands, who don't live here, and I tell them like, yeah, we have like Surinamese people. They was like, oh, what Suriname? Like
yeah.
they don't know. So that's very interesting for people to know that yes, there are different types
like,
of Black
yeah,
people living
It's
on
another
this
cousin.
Yeah.
It's another cousin.
Exactly,
you know?
exactly.